What is up, guys? Young Woul coming at you, and today we're going to be going over the question, what if the Black Ops 5 zombie mode fails? Now, I just want to bring up a few points before we get into this. The number one being, Jason Blundell has actually left Treyarch Studios, the forefather of the zombies mode. I don't want to call him the forefather, but the main man behind the zombies mode is gone. He's moved on to different things. Good for him. I don't think it's going to be very good for the zombies mode, though. Number two is the fact that this is yet another Call of Duty game by Treyarch that has to be rushed. We saw Black Ops 4 being rushed. Black Ops 5 will also be rushed. This is due to the 3-year cycle being interrupted, whereas Sledgehammer Games actually had a few issues amongst their higher-ups, their main guys. They got into a bit of a quarrel. I haven't read too much into it because, frankly, I'm not really a fan of their games. World War II was alright. Advanced Warfare was kind of cool, introducing the advanced movement, but otherwise, I don't really care for them. They have been charged with helping Treyarch work on their 2020 COD release. Now, originally, Sledgehammer was behind the Call of Duty Vietnam game they were working on, but as I said, they had some issues, so now they are going to be helping Treyarch develop Black Ops 5, which is rumored to also be a Vietnam/Cold War era kind of game. Now, the third issue I would like to talk about is the fact that modern COD games don't sell like they used to. Black Ops 1, which was released in 2010, is currently the highest selling COD game. 10 years ago is when the game was at its peak. COD these days, they just don't really sell. If you look at the charts, the newer games, they don't really sell nearly as much as the old ones, which is fair enough. That's usually what happens in the gaming series. But it's not going to be good for zombies mode because the core players of Call of Duty are always more interested in the campaign or the multiplayer. Zombies just has its own little community, I'd say, and because not as many people are going to buy it, not as many people are going to get into the zombies mode. Now, I would like to say this before we go any further. The zombies mode has never been in such a position to die off. I really hate to say that because the zombies mode is so iconic to me and I love everything about it. The Aether story has been one of the coolest things to follow. I consider it even better than movies, to be honest with you guys. I just love everything about it. Unfortunately, it is truly a great time for it to die. And let me expand on what I mean exactly by it's never been in a better position to die before. So let's go all the way back to the start of the zombies mode. World at War. It was not even supposed to really be a big deal. In fact, Activision said to Treyarch, you can throw this mode in after they play the multiplayer and the campaign. We want them to focus on that. No one really expected the zombies mode to take off like it did, but it did. Nocturne Toten was a huge success. Varuk, Shinonuma, and Darius, the following 3 maps, they were huge successes. I don't even think that's a word, but whatever. You know what I mean. Darius started what we now know as the Aether storyline. Of course, all of those maps are tied in somehow, but Darius was the real start, let's be real. That's where the zombies were developed. That's where everything took place. And that is where a lot of character development happened. That is where the start of everything began. Heading into Black Ops 1, they decided to expand on the Darius storyline, the Aether storyline, and they gave us a phenomenal ending to it with Moon. Now, Kino der Toten is probably one of the most iconic zombies maps. When you think of zombies mode, you usually think of Kino der Toten. I could probably run a poll, and most of you would say Kino der Toten is in your top 5, or at least top 10 at the very least. It's such an iconic map that we all love and connect with. Black Ops 1 also being the highest selling Call of Duty game, it's not really a surprise that the launch map, Kino der Toten, is the most popular, or at least one of the most popular maps. So with Black Ops 1 expanding on the Aether storyline, we went into Black Ops 2, and we were given the Victus storyline, which tied into the Aether storyline. Not a lot of people liked it. Now, with that being said, I want to say that Treyarch has been in this position that they're in right now before with the Victus storyline. They had a bad start. They had a bad launch map. They didn't do very well with the Victus storyline. Jason Blundell kind of carried them with Origins and Mob, and even Nuketown to a certain extent, I would say. It's a really fun little map on the side. But the Victus storyline wasn't very popular amongst a lot of the zombies community fans. But I will say this, Treyarch ended up saving it with Origins and Mob of the Dead. Now, why was the Victus storyline such a downfall? I would probably say they had a bad start with Transit. It was more of a next-gen type of map. It was so big and ambitious that it kind of failed. Unfortunately, that kind of led to the second release of the Victus storyline not being so great, the Die Rise storyline. That map was, I'm not a big fan. But then we got Buried, which kind of honestly saved it. It was really fun. I really liked the introduction of Widow's Wine, and Black Ops 2 overall ended up being a very polarizing game. A lot of people really liked Origins and Mob, and a lot of people really didn't like the Victus storyline. I personally still enjoy Transit a little bit, but that's just my own opinion. And now we headed into Black Ops 3, probably the most played out of all of the other games, just because a lot of people really enjoy it. They nailed the zombies mode with this. They really did. Gobblegums, all of the new introductions we were given, the zombies engine in general. It was the first next-gen zombies experience that we had gotten, and it nailed it perfectly. The storyline was amazing. Revelations was a great little ending. Easy map, great ending. To my knowledge, most of the community enjoyed Black Ops 3. Now, we were given the supposed ending to the Aether storyline in Revelations. It was good, it was fantastic, it was a good way to wrap it all up. Until Black Ops 4 came out, continuing the Aether storyline. Now, with all of that being said, before we head into Black Ops 4, I want you to all to notice this trend with the information I just gave you. Each game took a step up from the previous title. World at War introduced us to the mode. Black Ops 1 took the storyline and made it into something huge. Black Ops 2 gave us two of the most fantastic maps ever, even after failing with the launch map. And Black Ops 3, with its new engine, was just fantastic. Black Ops 4 took a step in the wrong direction. They went backwards. They went back downwards. Black Ops 4's engine was not very good. The entire Aether storyline was based upon reimagined maps. We didn't get a single new map for the Aether storyline, which a lot of people enjoyed the nostalgia, and the newer players enjoyed the experience of playing it on next gen because they didn't get to play the previous gen titles. But a lot of the hardcore zombies fans didn't really enjoy it simply because we didn't get anything new. A lot of the excitement surrounding the zombies mode was the newness of each map and each DLC. We usually got something new with each DLC, and it was really cool. Not only did we get new perks, or a new weapon, or a new this, or a new that, new wonder weapons, we would get a new part of the storyline. While Black Ops 4 did give us a new part to the storyline in the Aether mode, we also had a really good ending in Revelations, and the Black Ops 4 ending was just not very good compared to it. And not only that, but they introduced us with a new storyline, the Chaos storyline, which not too many people really enjoy. And unfortunately, I just don't think that the Chaos really held up compared to the Aether storyline. Of course, the Aether storyline has been going on for over a decade now, but this Chaos story, if you guys are going to introduce a new story to us, come out with a bang, you know what I mean? Don't just Voyage of Despair, probably the most poor map on all of Black Ops 4 in my opinion. Definitely the most poor out of the 4 Chaos maps. It just wasn't very good. Now, with all of this being said, I come back to my original point. The zombies mode has never been in such a great position to die off. So, what if Black Ops 5 zombies mode fails? Well, I think a lot of what's already going on with Black Ops 4, such as the hardcore fans leaving and playing new games, or just sticking to the old games, is going to continue, and the community is going to diminish. I think if Black Ops 5 fails miserably, they might not even make another zombies mode, which is unlikely because Activision knows they can squeeze a bunch of money out of us with its DLCs, with the zombies mode. But think about it. If the Black Ops 5 zombie mode fails, and maybe the Chaos story isn't so great, not too many people are going to enjoy it. Not too many people are even going to bother with the DLCs, which is a huge part of Activision making its money, and Treyarch knowing that, hey, people are enjoying this. They're buying the DLCs. People really like this zombies mode. Let's keep it up. Let's keep on working on it. I have high hopes for Black Ops 5. I just don't really have high expectations. And I hate to say it, but as I have been saying throughout this video, it's in a really good position to die. If the launch map fails, we don't have Jason Blundell to come and save us with some god tier maps. I really have some high hopes for this, but my expectations are low. All I want to say to the community is that if the game fails, maybe we should just give them a chance. That's all you can really do if you're really hoping the zombies mode will continue. And if I had to say anything to Treyarch, it would be, don't try to keep on feeding us nostalgia. Don't try to keep appealing to the hardcore fans. Try to just give us something new. You reimagined 4 maps. You maybe thought you were killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You were letting the new players play the old maps on the next gen, and you were giving the old players nostalgia. It was a good recipe, it just didn't taste very good, if that metaphor works for you. It didn't work out very well because a lot of what makes zombies so great, as I said earlier, is the newness of things. We get introduced to new things here and there. All of those reimagined maps, the locations that you added, they weren't very good in my opinion, A lot of people didn't even enjoy Richtofen's lab. Maybe they were like, oh cool, but they stayed in the prison the entire time. In Black Ops 4, you tried to give us new things, but they didn't work. The new perk system, the new point system, not too many people enjoyed it. I think you guys had a really good thing going with the old system, personally. Your engine was kind of poor in Black Ops 4. Black Ops 5, how about we see some of this? Let's see something new. Let's see new maps for sure. If you're going to try to squeeze the Aether story out once again, bring us a new experience. Don't just keep trying to, oh, let's send them back to, what is it, the Victus maps this time. That's right, you guys still haven't done the Victus maps. You haven't reimagined them or remastered them or anything. Don't do it. Nobody even enjoys them. It'd probably be a failed attempt anyways. Just try to bring us something new. If you continue the Aether story, I don't think you will. But if you're going to continue with the Chaos story, try to just come out with a bang, just do something crazy in the launch map. Make it exciting, make people be like, geez, I did not see that coming. I want to buy the DLC when it comes out. Just do something that's going to captivate people to keep on buying it, and I don't think your game will fail. If it does fail, unfortunately, this could be the end of our beloved zombies mode. I really hope it doesn't die. And that's all I really have to say about that. If you have something to say to me, please tell me in the comments. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. If you got something to say to Treyarch, I doubt they'll watch this video, but go ahead and comment it down below. I appreciate every single one of you for watching this, especially the day ones, and I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching.